Landon Harrison, codename Raptor, is the brand new recon operator added in Season 6 of Delta Force. He is the third operator in the class, and in today's video I'll be going over his unlock criteria, weapon selection, abilities, and playstyle. In order to unlock Raptor, similar to other operators in the past, you simply need to reach level 15 in the season's battle pass, and he is a completely free unlock. Raptor, being a part of the recon class, has access to 8 assault rifles, 3 SMGs, 3 shotguns, 8 marksman rifles, including the brand new Marlin lever action rifle, for which I made a video if you want to check it out, card in the top right hand corner, 4 sniper rifles, and 1 special weapon, the compound bow. Now let's jump into Raptor's abilities. His passive is called Threat Detection. The ability is very simple. When someone is aiming at you, the side of your screen where the enemy is will light up with an orange color gradient. It gets triggered when on foot, in a vehicle, or when controlling your silver wing drone. When threat detection is triggered, if your wing cam ability is ready, you can automatically unleash it onto the enemy. I've even noticed that it can be triggered while there is some smoke between the enemy and yourself, albeit it could simply be that the smoke was thinner in certain areas or something like that. I'm not too sure about this, so don't take my word for it. Regardless, I cannot tell you how many times this ability has saved me or notified me of an enemy that was about to rain bullets down upon me whom I wasn't aware of. It's absolutely fantastic, and I think it is definitely probably one of his better abilities. Now onto Raptor's active abilities. His throwable is an EMP grenade. Upon detonating, it will very briefly disrupt any enemy in the vicinity and also disable their electronic equipment, electronic weapon attachments such as lasers, flashlights, and even optics, and it will also destroy any nearby electronic class gadgets like the respawn beacon, which can be very handy. You get 2 EMP grenades and they can be resupplied from both ammo crates and resupply stations. Always be careful when using these as it will disrupt your own equipment and weapon attachments. It can be fantastic to destroy enemy gadgets that are in hard to reach areas or even catch an enemy off guard. I've been using it quite a lot when I hear an enemy rounding the corner. It can surprise them just enough to break their focus, allowing you to get an easy kill. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to do much against vehicles, albeit I have never been hit by one while operating a vehicle myself. I did it to like a vehicle in a test server just to see if it did anything, and when I hopped back in the vehicle, there was nothing that you couldn't do. You could still use your countermeasures, no problem. But I think it would be interesting for them to do such. If you have noticed the EMP disabling vehicle countermeasures, please let me know in the comment section down below. His next ability is the Silver Wing Controllable Drone. The drone will spot anything within the field of view, but it also holds an EMP grenade that can be launched at enemies. The EMP grenade doesn't share the same charge as your throwables, which is nice. Not only can the drone do these two things, but you can also essentially do a dive bomb with the drone. It will accelerate forward until it hits a surface, at which point it will detonate, dealing a little bit of damage to enemies in the vicinity, and also detonate the EMP grenade it has stored within. If your wing cam ability is ready when you're using the drone, you can deploy it directly from the Silver Wing drone, really tying in all of Raptor's abilities into one another. And yes, you can 100% kill enemies with the drone's detonation. I have done this countless times to enemies that I started firing at, and they ducked behind cover when they got low on health, and then I would simply deploy the drone, go towards them, just do the dive bomb on them, and he would be dead. My one small problem with the drone is that the controls feel very floaty and delayed, at least when it comes to moving the actual mouse or your camera. It takes some getting used to, and I'm unsure which in-game settings allows you to change that mouse sensitivity, if there even is one. When you activate the dive bomb mode, just take into consideration that it's pretty much a straight line. As the drone basically becomes uncontrollable, it's just going straight forward. Overall, a pretty versatile gadget. His last ability is the wing cam I mentioned earlier. The cam can only be deployed once you have acquired a target. Once deployed, the wing cam attaches itself to the enemy operator and periodically pings them and anyone around them. After a certain period, the targeted operator will be prompted to destroy/remove the camera from their character in a similar fashion to removing a Luna Vault arrow. If they do this, Raptor's position will be exposed. As I said earlier, the wing cam can be deployed directly from the Silver Wing drone if you don't want to be exposed during activation. Overall, a very useful ability, especially in crowded areas. Using it in tandem with the Silver Wing to preemptively canvas a contested flag is great and can at least help you figure out the best way to approach the point. Before I forget, as far as I understand, in operations you can switch perspectives between the cam and your operator, and I wasn't able to reproduce this in Warfare. As for gadgets, Raptor has access to the same ones as Luna and Hacklaw, the Respawn Beacon, Claymore Mine, and Laser Designator. I definitely think that Raptor's passive was probably the highlight one for me, Just being notified when someone is aiming at you is incredibly strong and can save your bacon in a lot of situations. The drone is also really fun to get kills with. It reminds me somewhat of the UCAV from Battlefield 4, where you just fly and then crash it into somebody and they would die. Albeit it doesn't do as much damage as the UCAV, but it can still allow you to get some picks on enemy players that have taken cover because they're low on health. I think it could definitely feel less floaty to fly, but who knows, it could have been the dev's way of balancing it. I definitely think his kit is potentially better suited for operations, which I unfortunately don't play. Sure, in Warfare, the EMP disrupting electronic gadgets can be a nuisance, but you can simply respawn if you get killed by Raptor. In operations, I can see the EMP drone and passive all being really useful and potentially even overpowered. If you've played as Raptor or have come up against a Raptor in operations, please let me know your experience in the comments. Overall, Raptor is a pretty solid addition to the recon class of operators. I hope this operator guide helped you out, and if you've come up with any other interesting strategies, be sure to share them with me and everyone else in the comment section down below. In any case, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.